So guys, this last weekend I did a few things that was fun that I didn't get a chance to take a video of, but I will talk about those a little bit because it was an interesting experience. But right now I'm making cookies, so I'll give you guys a look at that because cookies are great and they taste yummy. So we're making these cookies for a bake sale for my church. It's really cool. We get to raise money for the church by doing a bake sale and a garage sale thing. So cookies, we got that messed up one right there, which it is really good because I can eat it. Then we got the no bake cookies over there, and right here we got some peanut butter cookies because peanut butter cookies are yummy, and those are the ones that I'm making, so they're great. And what I mean by I'm making these cookies is me and my mom are both making cookies. So the peanut butter ones are my cookies, and the no-bake cookies are hers, and we're also making brownies, which I don't know if I mentioned that in the other part. But there's my mom. So
hello.
There's her saying hi. It's a good old time. Cookies can make a great day, and it makes the house smell good, so it's always lovely. I don't know if you guys heard that other noise in the background, but that was my mom coming inside from outside with the dog, Casper. He's a great little dog. But anyways, moving on. Some of the stuff I did this weekend, I went to Outcry with the worship team from church. It was like some bands there playing and some speakers. Since I'm on the worship team and I play bass, we went as a group, and it was cool. But before that, that was on Saturday. And during the day, well, the morning, I got to help my aunt move a water heater, which, well, it was her boyfriend, I guess, but we moved a water heater, and it was like, I don't know, anywhere from 250 to 300 pounds, which is not super easy to move with two people, and we had to get it upstairs from the basement. So we rigged up a nice contraption. I wish I would have got it on video because it would have been a combination of scary and funny at the same time. But I was trying not to get squished, and it was super exhausting because I was supporting most of the weight all the way up the stairs. It took us like an hour to climb up from a basement with the water heater, but it was much quicker getting the new one down. So that was definitely an interesting experience. So what I wanted to talk about today, for the most part, as a topic, is relationships. Relationships can be an interesting thing. They've been part of the reason I want to talk about relationships is because I've kind of been thinking about them this week. I'm currently single, and I'm totally fine with that. But there's just sometimes, and I'm sure if you're single, I'm sure you felt this way before, that you just feel like you just want a relationship, and it's something that you think about quite a bit, and it just pops in your mind. Sometimes it goes away really fast, and sometimes it just lingers, and you really think about relationships a lot. So I want to talk, I guess, a little bit about that. I don't know, I guess, what the couple things that I've been thinking about this week. And one thing is, when it comes to relationships, we all kind of want to look for that one, like, perfect person, you know, the one that everybody thinks about. And the thing about that is sometimes we're really impatient, and we just feel like, I want it now, like right now. Like, have you ever seen that video? It's like, I want my cake now, I want it now. And we're like little kids sometimes, and that's just what we want. But realistically, you gotta wait. And it's one thing I've been learning, and I just try to be patient about it. And I'm not really in a rush to find a relationship, but you know, everything happens at a certain time, so it'll happen someday. But you gotta learn to be patient, And when you look for somebody, you have to be kind of realistic in what you're looking for. Sometimes we can have an idea of, like, for girls, the knight in shining armor, or for guys, the pretty princess or whatever. We have like a perfect picture of what that person's going to look like, and sometimes we look for too much perfection. And so you got to learn to make like a list of things that you need in a relationship or in a person, like the characteristics. But you also have to be willing to compromise on some things, because you're never going to find that perfect person. It's just, there's not perfection. Nobody's perfect. We're not. So, but while you do that, another really important thing is to remember not to settle, because a lot of people, they'll find somebody that's close, they'll have a few traits that they want, and they'll be like, oh, it's love forever, and this is our relationship, and then they end up miserable because it's really not, that person's not the way that they thought it was going to be. And so, even though you want a relationship, if you do, you gotta be patient, but you can't settle, because if you just wait, you'll find somebody that will fit what you want. And like I said, nobody's perfect, but they can get close, and you can at least have those base things that you need and want in your relationship. So I know this is probably a little bit more aimed towards the single people. Since I'm obviously single, I'm kind of talking about my thoughts and where I've been thinking about. Um, but some of this can apply to you that are in relationships. Maybe not right now, but I do have some thoughts that I want to continue on, that will relate to being in a relationship, that I probably won't have time to do in this video, but I will probably go ahead and make a part 2 next week, and it'll be a little bit more about things that'll probably apply more to people that are in a relationship currently, but it can also be applied to those of us that are looking for a relationship, or we can apply it when we find that relationship. I would love to hear some of your guys' thoughts and ideas on this. If you have any questions, please put that in the comments. I know relationships can be something that can be a very long conversation, so anything that you have, like I said, ideas, thoughts, comments, or questions, go ahead and put that in the comments. And you can always go ahead and like, subscribe, and please share this video. I also wanted to say thank you really fast to everybody for all your support that I've had so far, just your encouraging words, and those of you that have shared my video. I just want to say thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You guys are great.